Drigdrish Vichar. Drigdrish Vichar. The concept of the seer and the seen. That as long as this principle is there in our heart, that I'm going to try and enjoy this world or this body, then we can, that is not actual religion. Religion comes when we realize I am a servant. I am a servant, servant of God, servant of Krishna. So to the extent one came to that principle, or any religious system is following that, that is considered as very high. So we are Prakriti. Prakriti means we are enjoyed by God. Everything we do is meant to be, supposed to be for Krishna's enjoyment. In pure state, we are with Krishna in his Leela, and we are serving Krishna, and that is our enjoyment. That Krishna has his Leela, he has his desire, and we are fulfilling it, and in that way we are very happy serving him. But as mentioned in the Upanishads, that we who are once situated in Golok have now fallen, we fell down. This is mentioned in Shvetashvatara Upanishad. There it says, Shrinvantu me amritasya putra aye dhavani divyani dhamani tashtuhu. So, Shrinvantu amritasya putra. There it said, listen to me, O children of the eternal. Amritasya putra. Brit means death, Brityu. Amrit means one who doesn't die. So it says, Amritasya putra. O children of the deathless one, the one who doesn't die, Krishna, Vishnu, does not die. And we are his children. We are not also supposed to die. So it says in the Upanishad, Shrinvantu me amritasya putra, aye divyani dhamani tashtuhu. You who were once situated in the divine kingdom. From this Upanishad and other parts of Veda, we understand that we are not from this material world. We are not from here. We are from a higher plane. Now, that we are speaking philosophically, but if someone just analyzes through intelligence that I am in this world and somehow something is not right, I'm not happy, I'm struggling for happiness. Some are thinking that happiness will come through some very good job or some very good sports or some very good holiday or some hobbies. We are thinking we'll get happiness like that. So we are struggling, but we have to just stop and analyze that why am I seeking happiness? First question, why am I seeking? Why is it not there? And then the next question, how to be happy, everything will start. But if we analyze, we see that this life we are living, this world, this body, it's not perfect. Something is wrong. And therefore people search. But then how are we searching? Everyone searches in a different way. But that is in Bhagavad Gita says that Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate, that Bahunam Janmanamante, after many births, an intelligent person will surrender. Those who are intelligent, who are wise, they'll turn to God and see what is the dosh, what is the problem. The problem is we are trying to become Purusha, but we are not. We are Prakriti. Prakriti is meant to be enjoyed by Purusha. So, in order to convince this fact to us, Krishna sends so many acharyas, sends so many teachings. And Bhagavad Gita was also spoken for that purpose. Arjuna was seeing what is his pleasure, what I want to do, I'm not happy, this I want to do, this I don't want to do. But Bhagavad Gita was spoken to put Krishna back on that platform, that he is a servant and supposed to be following Krishna. So at the end, he came to that platform. But Krishna sent so many representatives to try to bring the population, us, back on that platform that I am servant of God. And it may take many lifetimes, but it may not. It depends on our intelligence to understand this point. So, Lord Brahma refers to Krishna as Adi Purush. Adi Purush, which Srila Prabhupada's Guru, when he translated that Brahma Samhita, Adi Purush he translated as primeval person. Primeval means ancient, oldest, original, the original person. So original can mean two things. Adi can mean the first one, or it can mean the main personality. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The original person. So Krishna is the original enjoyer, Purusha. And in order to convince us of that fact, Vedas are there. Acharyas come. Krishna himself comes also. So the Vedas, they come, but we cannot study Vedas on our own. We have to take shelter of an Acharya. Acharya studies the Vedas and presents to us how we should see the Vedas. So what we understand now at this point in time, that Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are the main texts for us. Even though we have so many Vedas, but 6% remain. If we add up all the shlokas and what was there, what is remaining, we will see that 6% of them are remaining. And even we will not understand the Vedas, the Shruti, Rig Veda, Yajur, Samaveda, Atharva. It's a very high language, and the language actually, the Sanskrit there is very difficult, and the logic and reason, we cannot put our mind to it. So, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are the main texts at present, which can encapsulate that whole philosophy that we need. So, there are different religious systems in this planet. We were discussing today in also in the morning that like present I appeared in a different religious system, but while studying and reading the text, some questions are not answered. Some are, and actually, what can you expect? I mean, a religious system which has such a vast text, definitely it will have more information than if it's one book. But there are also religious systems, but they're not eternal, not meant for, not universal for all times and all places. But the truths that are given, say, in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vedas is known as universal knowledge because it's meant for all people in all times, in all places. This is the definition of universal. Vedas are used in different planets. Bhagavad Gita, we know from Bhagavad Gita, was spoken on Sun planet. It was spoken thousands of years ago. In Mahabharata, if you read the purport of that verse in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying, I first spoke this knowledge to the sun god, and there Prabhupada writes that is approximately 120 million years ago. If we see the age of the sun god, he did some calculations. Bhagavad Gita was spoken that time. Then on this planet, 2 million years ago, to Ikshvaku. So these are very old times. Now we may think that was before. Now what about now? It's a different, new, improved, modern. But it's the same Gita. Krishna told Arjuna, Samaya evate adya yoga prokta puratana. Now I am speaking to you the same knowledge. Ancient knowledge. Yoga prokta puratana. The oldest ancient knowledge, the same thing I am speaking to you. So the same knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, it is actually encapsulating what is known as Bhagavad Dharma. In the Vedas, they have different kind of prescription according to the person. They have different philosophies. Different Puranas say this personality is supreme, this personality. Like if you see the Tamasic Puranas, Lord Shiva is supreme, Kali is supreme. Then Rajasic Puranas are different. Sattvic Puranas. So people say you can choose anyway, it's up to you. we can choose any path and they're all correct. But actually, the personality who gives us this information that the Puranas are divided into three. Anyone know that verse? Who said that? That Puranas are divided into Sattvic, Tamasic, Rajasic. The personality who spoke that. It is in Padma Purana. It's spoken by Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva himself is saying this. He himself categorized. And he himself said Sattvic Puranas lead to liberation. So we may think, yes, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and so many Puranas. But Lord Shiva categorized the Puranas and said out of all of them, Sattvic Puranas lead to liberation. And the Sattvic Puranas are 6 in number, and all of them say Vishnu is Supreme, Krishna, or any of the avatars, Ram. So we understand, actually Vedas are taking us to surrender to Vishnu. That is the highest platform. So Adi Purush means the original enjoyer, and that Lord Brahma says is Krishna. And what makes him Adi Purush? He is the enjoyer. We were trying to enjoy. Even sometimes Krishna gives us dharma, and we want to enjoy the dharma also. Everything we try to enjoy. That is our tendency. We are Baddhaji. We are conditioned souls. So the original position of Jeev is servant of Krishna. And so what makes Krishna the original enjoyer? If we study his qualities, we see he is the greatest personality. You might have heard this, that definition of God is given by Parashara Muni. And there are 6 things which, if we see the personality who has them in full, they are the supreme personality. So Parashara Muni, who is Vedavyas's father. Anyway, that is Aishwarya Samagrasya, Vidyasya, Yasha, Shriya, Jnana, Vairagya, Shriva. 6 things. Wealth, Aishwarya Samagrasya, Vidya. Strength, fame, beauty, Shriya, Yasha, Shriya, Jnana, knowledge, Vairagya, renunciation. So, if we analyze, we see Krishna has all of this in complete, in full. So, out of all the personalities in the Vedas, Parashara Muni concluded, Krishna is supreme. It is to Krishna we have to surrender. And therefore, he is known as the Adi Purush, the supreme enjoyer. And our disease is we are trying to be enjoyer, but somehow it is not working. We are trying to enjoy, it's not working. Things are going wrong. But we keep trying. Because we are covered by Maya. This Maya Shakti is just to cheat us. It will work. Don't worry. Give it time. Try again and again and again. They couldn't do it, but we'll do it. We'll figure out how to enjoy, how to organize everything. But it doesn't work. And Maya is like that. It will cheat us that it is possible, there is hope to enjoy this world. But Srila Prabhupada mentions that the beginning of spiritual life, really serious spiritual life, is understanding this material world is full of suffering. And there's nothing like material enjoyment. It's not there. Bhagavad Gita says in chapter 5 that one of the greatest miseries is material enjoyment. Connecting the senses with the sense objects. We have 5 senses. We try to enjoy them. And that is the dukkha-yonaya, the source of suffering, actually. So, in order for us to come to Krishna, and if we develop some faith, yes, we want to come to Krishna. So, Bhagavad Gita is there to give us the science of how to come to Krishna. Systematically, Krishna explains so many things. First of all, he explains we are soul, then we are stuck in the world, this material world. And in this material world, what is causing us to be trapped in this world? He is giving that. he's saying that what is binding us to this material world, that is given in chapter 3. He says, Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajaguna Samudvara, that the desire to enjoy in this world is keeping us. So then he goes on to explain how to become free from that and how to realize our nature as soul and what is Krishna's position. So Bhagavad Gita is for us essential. Out of all other texts, Bhagavad Gita will take us to the point to understand. Where Bhagavad Gita concludes is beginning of spiritual life. So Prabhupada told us that we have to study Gita, hear the teaching, and understand clearly who are we, who is God, what is our duty. And by studying Bhagavad Gita, we awaken determination in spiritual life. But by not reading, we will practice bhakti, but that determination will not be there. Where Bhagavad Gita ends, Srimad Bhagavatam starts. Now in few days, in Janmashtami. And on Janmashtami, we remember Krishna's appearance, and so many of the pastimes, Leelas of Krishna. Krishna came personally to perform his Leela, pastime. And what was the purpose? Different things are mentioned, but one main purpose is to show us that why are we here? Why are we in this material world? We should be with him in his will. And we compare our life and Krishna. Actually, what we are doing is we are simply trying to imitate. Because Krishna has his Leela in Golok with Krishna in his Leela. But by observing that, we thought, no, I want to enjoy, I want to be Krishna, basically. I want to be Ishwar. So then we were brought to this material world, and here, given a chance, try to enjoy it, try to be enjoyed. So we are trying and trying and trying. One analogy is given like when a child sees a father driving a car. So he tells the father, even I want to drive a car. So the father will buy a toy car, small car, okay, drive. And then he will drive thinking, I'm driving the car. Or a small girl child, okay, I want to cook also. Then there's a plastic stove, plastic cup, and gives the mother, okay, I made tea, okay. So in that way, we are given a imitation Goloka, you can say, in this material world. And we are given a fake position of controller, try to control, try to be in charge without God. See how it is. So as I mentioned, after some time, hopefully short time, but if not, then Bahunan Janmana Mante. We will take many births. And then begin to realize something is not fitting in this world. We'll begin to ask questions. That may happen either simply by taking birth many times and doing the same thing, unconsciously we're thinking, I did all this again, I'm not happy. Or some big tragedy or calamity will happen in our material life that will make us question, what is this world? Why are people like this? Or why did this war happen? Or why did these people suffer this crime? So we begin to question all basis of this material world. And at the moment we are seeing everything's okay, everything's nice, but we have not seen the bad part of material life. You can imagine there's some countries today on this planet where there's no government. Everything is anarchy. And imagine living there in a war situation, or in or we're living in a situation where there's extreme medical emergency or a war situation, a lot of suffering, then in that case, that will make us question. But now we see the material world and we have full hope. Yes, plan it, everything nice. But at the moment we're having a good karma. Our karma is good. But what about next life? We understand that Dhritarashtra, he asked Krishna at the end of the war that how I had 100 children, why is that all were killed? And why was I born blind? And some of you who read Mahabharata may be knowing that answer. That Dhritarashtra could remember 100 births past, but he could not remember before that. He had that power. And he was told that many births ago, you shot one arrow, flaming arrow, into a nest, and that was a different yuga. So the birds had 100 children, and they all died, and the father's eyes were burnt. So the karma came after many, many births. So he said, then why did I get karma now? He said, because it took you 100 births to get the punya to get 100 sons. So we don't understand when this karma will hit. But we should just, through logic, understand that this material world is Maya. Who knows the meaning of Maya? Ma means which is not Ya. This, not this. This is not the reality. What we are seeing. Illusion. That I am living, I am earning, I am spending. Actually, as Prabhupada said, every single rupee, shilling that we earn is in our destiny. We cannot even earn more than that, or less. So we think I'll go abroad, I'll learn, I'll increase the wealth, but it's not. It is exactly what is in our karma. But we are thinking, I'm earning, I worked hard, I studied. Before, no one studied. Still they got money. This degree and all this came now. So it's illusion. So we are not seeing that illusion. But when sometimes that ugly side of material nature comes, then people question. So that is good actually, because it brings us to the religious life. It brings us, otherwise we are not coming. We become very relaxed. So extreme suffering. So then we see the reality. And then we begin to question. Or another way is, as actually Bhagavad Gita gives different reasons how we come to spiritual life. So one is through suffering. Another is seeking wealth. Another is simply curious. Oh, what are they doing chanting? Let me see. And fourth, which is rare, is jigyasa. Somebody, jnani. Somebody who came to the knowledge of seeking God like that. So this, as we mentioned, that most people are not seeing this. But after many births, one begins to question. And if we are fortunate, we come across a proper path and come to Bhagavad Gita. Because now there are so many people claiming to be gurus, sadhus, or holy samsthas, societies, but they are not. There are many people cheating. Actually, 90% are cheating. It is Kali Yuga, what can you expect? Almost 90% are not bona fide. Actually, it might be more than that also. Much more. At least in Prabhupada's time, they did a count. How many people are claiming to be God? I think they could reach 300 or something. Now, millions. Now it will be millions. I know in South India we were there. There were two people claiming to be Kalki. And once they met and had a big fight. And they fought, supporters fought and police. Who's the real Kalki? Don't know. Kalki is meant to come at the end of Kali Yuga on a horse with a sword. But now no one is reading Shastra. Who knows? No one is reading. Anyone who will say anything, they accept it. For a person claiming to be God, he's appearing, now he's not there. They made a whole society. And it's very rich, and they're building temples in Middle East everywhere. But, God, it is nothing written in Shastra about it. We worship Mahaprabhu as Krishna. So many quotes are there in Shastra. We have to base on Shastra. So, a person who is coming to knowledge will seek, and Bhagavad Gita is the beginning. And then Srimad Bhagavatam is a continuation. Now that Janmashtami is coming, we always remember Krishna and his Leela. So I was saying that Krishna performed his pastime. One reason is to take us back to him. If we read the pastimes of Krishna, how they were super amazing, excellent, then we are shocked of the personality. But not only that, simply by hearing about Krishna, Krishna can purify the heart and he manifests himself in our heart and attracts us to him. Simply by hearing about Krishna. Punya Shravana Kirtana. It is, his narrations are pious. By hearing about Krishna, one becomes pious. In Iskcon, many times people come, they attend. They don't become full devotees, but they come and tell me, one person told me, I stopped smoking, I stopped eating meat, just by hearing Krishna Katha. But that's not the highest. Highest is, it will bring you back to Krishna. Simply hearing, giving oral reception about Krishna. Because Krishna is known as Advaya, absolute. That this is just explained that all of us have a name, but our name is different from us. Our car possessions are different from us. But Krishna is Advaya, non-dual. Anything to do with Krishna is Krishna. Krishna Prasad is Krishna. Krishna Kirtan is Krishna. Krishna Shakti acts through devotees of Krishna. Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Murti, everything is Krishna. So when we come in contact with Krishna, gradually, as Prabhupada said, we become Krishnized. We become spiritualized. Gradually we come. Definition of the absolute truth is given in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Puran opens, it's written by Vyasadeva. He wrote all the Vedas, but he wrote Bhagavatam last. And he himself said in the second verse, there is no need of any other Shastra. Kim Anya Shastra. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Kim Mahamuni Kittai Kim Vapare. What is the use of any other Shastra? Srimad Bhagavatam is composed by Vyasadeva. This is the highest text. So he gave the definition of absolute truth as Krishna in the first verse. And Krishna is a mystery, isn't it? Some people are thinking, if you check now in internet, Krishna comes, God of love, or something. They don't understand. They don't know. Even in university, they spend years studying Krishna. Great personality, great philosopher. This is what Krishna says. Guhyatamam, very confidential. In this creation, if you want to find knowledge, if you want to find some knowledge of something, you'll find it. But knowledge of God, that is rare. Because you have to find the right channel, right source, right book to get knowledge of God. Because knowledge of God will liberate you. It will take us out of this material world. So don't panic. It's not that you will go anywhere. I mean, we will get liberated. But even now, in this material world, you're working, you're doing whatever you're doing. But if we become spiritualized, we become detached. Life goes on, but in a much more different plane, on a spiritual plane. So, therefore, the hearing is so important. So, now, there it's mentioned about Krishna as being such a very confidential subject matter, which how to get knowledge of him even is given. Who should the speaker be? Should be in the proper parampara. The Shastra should be followed by anything like that. There it's mentioned, even demigods, devatas. We see devatas are great. They're great. They're greater than us. We respect them. We bow down to them also. But they are not supreme. Krishna is supreme. They also get deluded. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Moyanti Yat Suraya. Devatas, they don't know who is Krishna. They also get deluded. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam, some of the pastimes of Krishna, we see actually everyone got deluded when Krishna came. Indra, Brahma, even Lord Shiva, he fought against Krishna. For example, Lord Brahma, in Brahma Vimohanam Leela. Now, Lord Brahma is supposed to be, Prabhupada said, the most intelligent personality in this planet, in this universe. We see some engineers as very intelligent or some computer programmers or something. But who engineered this universe? We want to know about that person. He created the planets, the different bodies. He created everything. After the initial creation, Brahma created. Prabhupada calls him the engineer of the universe. He is an supremely intelligent personality. He cannot know about Krishna. And he got deluded when Krishna came. We heard about Brahma Vimohanam Leela. Actually, in Brahma Vimohanam Leela, even Balaram was deluded. He didn't know. Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. He is supreme also, but he is known as Supreme Personality of Servitor God. He is serving Krishna. He also got deluded. If we read in Krishna book, what happened? In one scene, that after that Leela happened, we know that Krishna expanded because Brahma took the calves and the cow horns. So Krishna manifested all of them exactly as their character, so that no one could know. No one knew actually. After 1 year or something, the cows and the cowherd elder men were walking, and down at the bottom of the hill were the calves and the cowherd boys. So if we read Krishna book, we understand what happened. That suddenly the cows madly rushed to the calves with a great haste. And then the cowherds who generally could control the cows could not do it, and they were frustrated. Similarly, the cowherd men, they also quickly approached the cowherd boys, their sons. And Balaram was watching that this is unusual. In the middle of the day, suddenly the cows want to show so much affection to their children, the cows. And the cowherd men want to show to their children, the cohorts. And he thought this excess affection not looking normal. What is wrong? Then he thought, generally, in Vrindavan, everyone shows affection to Krishna. Even the parents show more affection to Krishna than their children. And the cows, they show much more affection to Krishna than their cows. So Balram concluded, these are all incarnations of Krishna. Definitely, otherwise this cannot happen. Then he asked Krishna, what happened? How? Then he explained Krishna. Even Balaram was deluded. Brahma was deluded. Mohyanti yat suraya. Very confidential subject matter. If we come to the point of knowing about Krishna, here we can understand this is a great mercy. Even if we don't get perfection, but we hear the word Krishna, He's supreme. This is a great mercy. It's out of so many people in this whole universe, we got some great fortune. Indra, of course, king of the demigods, so much power. Actually, they all knew Krishna is supreme, but they get deluded by materialism. Sometimes Krishna deludes them to show other people. So that whole Govardhan Leela happened, Indra got upset. So he sent the Sambardha clouds to rain heavily. He wanted to destroy Vrindavan. He thought, okay, Krishna is some great personality, but he's showing too much impudence, too much disrespect. I will show him. So actually, a lot of them know Krishna is supreme, but they get in Maya, just like we are practicing. Sometimes we enter Maya. We are not perfect. So they get influenced. And when he was influenced, as Prabhupada said, Krishna showed him that for me to deal with you is the business of my little finger on my left hand, holding the mountain. This is all. I don't have to deal. I don't have to exert myself at all. So by reading these Krishna pastimes, we'll understand Krishna, then Lord Shiva, Indra, Brahma. Gradually we understand Krishna is not the same. Krishna is Adi Purusha. And to come to this point of knowledge is so fortunate. Actually, people born outside Vedic culture, personally, I was not born. So it's like a hellish condition to live and not understand properly what is going on in this world. The Vedas are very clear. They explain we are a soul. Even this is a great knowledge to understand I'm a soul. That knowledge is not there. So who am I? Why am I dying? Why am I suffering? That is one thing. Then another thing about God. Who is this personality? He made everything. Now where is he? And what are we meant to do? Okay, they're saying to follow this book. We'll follow it. But the experience we get from different religious systems is different. If someone is practicing Krishna consciousness properly, chanting and following everything, we get a very deep experience and anubhav. Perfect, we begin to perceive God. As it says in Gita, pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam. This system of religion, we directly perceive the absolute truth. So, if someone is not in, because actually it says in Shastra, birth outside Vedic culture it's a punishment. It's a punishment. And so knowledge is withheld. Knowledge is not given. That, like prisoners don't know. They're kept in dark. What is their schedule? And they're not supposed to read newspaper. They don't know what's going on outside. So someone who's not having, someone in outside the Vedic culture, the knowledge is not so much. This is a suffering condition to live like that. And so we see how this movement spread so much in the West, because when they came to this, they understood this is some great thing. We have to take hold of it very tightly. But then, as Prabhupada said, then when they come from the West to India, they say actually here there's that familiarity breeds contempt. That we are born with it, we are seeing it, and so that. But still, India is a great land because Prabhupada said this is in the whole of the planet, the most pious people take birth here. In Shastra it says, Himalaya Setu Bandha, between Himalaya and Setu Bandha. It means Kanyakumari, which is India. Because previously India was Bangladesh, Iran, Myanmar. But in this tract of land, most pious people are born. And so Prabhupada would keep saying, especially people born in India, the purpose of the birth is self-realization. Birth outside India, it's a great opportunity to enjoy. There are places in this planet, you can take birth in countries or in certain bodies where we can really enjoy life. But as Prabhupada said, the purpose of this body, means the body, Indian body, is self-realization. And the capacity for austerity, intelligence, tolerance is greater. So that but only if we take it, if we take up the process of bhakti, it's simpler, it's faster. But as one sannyasi in Iskcon was lecturing, he's saying the situation is like, imagine Krishna is there, like with that elephant. And people born in India, they're like very near, but their back is facing. And others are born far away and are running to Krishna, coming fast. So Prabhupada said there are two countries in this world. If they wake up, then the whole planet will become Krishna conscious. One is India, one is US. And so that he built the biggest temple there. So this is a great benediction that if we come to this point, 8:20, no? Yeah, okay. So we have to understand the great fortune, because as you know, some of you are here in Africa, but when we go to India, now I spent many years in India. It is people talk about dham in India, this dham, that dham, but I remember whenever I used to land in India, I thought whole India is a dham because everywhere people are having names of Krishna, and temples are everywhere, and the whole culture is like that. So we know ourselves that if we are within Vedic tradition, Hindu, in India, how things are very nice. But it is not guaranteed in the next life. In the next life, we may be born anywhere, in whatever situation. In that case, it's not possible to take it. So it may be a very difficult situation. So the greatest knowledge of Krishna consciousness available in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and this Vedic culture, this is, in conclusion, it's a great treasure, which we not know unless we are from outside coming to it, that people don't have this knowledge. It's such a great relief when you read Gita, and when we read it, we see, wow, this is, it's completely different than what we thought. This whole world is actually fully under Krishna, and he's in control, but I was not surrendering. I thought I'm enjoyer. And he's enjoyer, so I had to live according to his rules, and then automatically all the disturbances evaporate. There is no problem at all. There is no problem in this world. Prabhupada the Guru said, there is no shortage except one thing, Krishna consciousness. We think, no, we have to feed poor people, or we have to make peace, there's war, or we have to pollution, control that, or so many things. So, but he said the only problem is that people are not God conscious. That's why Iskcon's aim is this one. Change the consciousness. Everything will fall in place. Even people who are seeking wealth. Actually, if we become Krishna conscious, Krishna takes care of whatever we are lacking. He says in Bhagavad Gita, there is no need, there is no lack of anything, there is nothing we have to do except endeavor to become Krishna conscious. And then everything is there. This is definition of faith. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kahe Sudhata Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Sarva Karma Kritta Hai. Faith is the understanding that simply by doing Krishna Bhakti, everything is done. Everything is taken care of. There is no separate endeavor. And some people say, first I'll become little rich or get some money, then I'll focus on spirituality. Or I'll get education or whatever. But actually, if we simply become Krishna conscious, everything is taken care of. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I will stop here. Any question? Any question? Comment? Yes. Yeah, correct. He is saying that we understand from Nectar of Devotion that Lord Krishna has 64 qualities, which makes him the greatest, highest. Because like Vishnu has 60, then Lord Shiva has less, then the Jeev we have less. So that is Nectar of Devotion explained why Krishna is greatest. And then they say Vishnu is 92% God because 60 divided by 64.
There is nothing beyond this 64 qualities. Beyond this nothing.
That is right.
You said 6% of the Veds are human.
Yes.
I wanted to explain that.
Okay, if you calculate Rig Veda, how many shlokas are there? They have that number. Then all the 4 Vedas, because Upanishads, like each Ved consists of, okay, that total number of shlokas. Okay, then, but they don't have all of them, all of those verses. So what verses they have now, if you look at it and what was there before, that number comes 6%.
So it has been lost in translation.
Lost, but some are saying it's in UCL. Yeah, that is there. Also, some are saying the British have kept it somewhere. They kept some Vedas. But yeah, it's not a bit. But no loss, because Srimad Bhagavatam is known as Akhila Shruti Sara, the essence of the Vedas. If we study Bhagavatam, we have studied all the Vedas. And everything we need to be Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. We are very thankful for this. So what is importance of the Krishna consciousness? We don't realize because we think it's the Krishna is like that. So we must be serious. So all people who have some relation to we are very fortunate, but we are making our fortune in misfortune. To not being Krishna conscious. So we have to be very serious about this Krishna consciousness, like this essence of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching. We must endeavor to have the Krishna consciousness. Others will follow. Everything will follow that and you become devotee of Krishna. That is very important. So we are very grateful. So we chant for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. परसों जन्माष्टमी है, कल जन्माष्टमी की तैयारी है तो बहुत दिन से चल रहा है थोड़ा कल मेन तैयारी है तो कल सभी भक्तों से संडे भी है आगे से हम लोगों को भागजाली है कल संडे भी मिल गया है तो कल सबको आना है 9 बजे के बाद मंगल आरती आओ तो अच्छी बात है परसों भी आए छुट्टी है कल भी संडे है परसों भी मंडे है भगवान का जन्मदिन है मंगल आरती आइए फिर नंदोत्सव है लगातार मंगल आरती आइए चैंटिंग बढ़ाइए सेवा बढ़ाइए तो कल सेवा भी है माताएं लोगों की सेवा करेंगे लेकिन प्रभु जी लोगों से भी प्रार्थना है कि कल कोई जिस तो है नहीं काम करने का छुट्टी है तो सबको इधर आना है सब माताओं को मदद करना है जो माताएं बोलेंगी वो आप सबको करना है ठीक है अब रेडी हो ना कल 9 बजे रहना है 9 से जब तक सेवा चलेगी सबको रहना है शाम को 6 बजे 7 बजे तक भी सेवा होगा आपके लिए सब व्यवस्था इधर है कोई टेंशन की बात नहीं है ऐसे भी घर में जाओगे तो मिलने वाला नहीं तो आप सबको इधर आना है और सेवा करना है और परसों का जो कार्यक्रम है भाई सबको मंगल आरती आना है बच्चों से लेकर बड़ों से लेकर माताओं से लेकर सबको मंगल आरती आना है सुबह का सारा कार्यक्रम करना है और श्रृंगार दर्शन कोशिश करिए कल बड़ा दिन है भगवान के लिए सेक्रीफाइस करिए भगवान का श्रृंगार दर्शन करके जाइए काम करने कर सकते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है श्रृंगार दर्शन थोड़ा लेट होगा 7:30 बजे लगभग होगा श्रृंगार दर्शन उसके बाद जो है दिन भर आपको चैंटिंग करना है रीडिंग करना है और शाम का कार्यक्रम है जन्माष्टमी दिन मंडे को 4:30 बजे से यहाँ कीर्तन का कार्यक्रम है तो जल्दी यदि काम करने गए तो जल्दी आ जाएंगे एक्सक्यूज वहाँ पर लगा दीजिए वो आपको पता है कैसे करना है तो जल्दी आ जाइए कीर्तन में भाग लीजिए क्योंकि समय बहुत कम रहेगा कीर्तन में ही भगवान प्रकट होते हैं भगवान को प्रकट करना है तो कीर्तन से प्रकट करना है तो कीर्तन में भाग लीजिए 4:30 बजे कीर्तन होगा 6:30 पौने 7 बजे तुलसी आरती से होती है संध्या आरती होगा संध्या आरती के बाद जो है अभिषेक होगा जिन्होंने अपना नाम दिया है उन सबको बुलाया जाएगा अभिषेक करने के लिए जिन्होंने नहीं दिया है अपना नाम दे दो मुझे दे दो सचिन को दे दो और सब अभिषेक और अपने मित्रों की बोलिए अभिषेक में भाग लीजिए क्योंकि जन्माष्टमी के दिन भगवान के जन्मदिन के दिन भगवान को जो वेदिंग सेरेमनी है शासक के हिसाब से किसी इस्कॉन वालों ने नया तैयार नहीं किया है वेदिंग सेरेमनी से हमारे सारे पाप भूल जाते हैं भगवान को जितना नहलाते हैं उतना शुद्ध होते हैं वेदिंग सेरेमनी उस दिन का बहुत बड़ा यज्ञ है भगवान को सबसे बड़ा यज्ञ है भगवान को नहलाना ब्रजवासी लोग सब जो थे वो यही काम किए वो क्या किए थे भगवान को नहलाए थे देखा है तो उसे फोटो देखिए ऊपर लगा हुआ है ऑल द ब्रजवासी वर बेदिंग टू कृष्ण दैट इज रियल यज्ञ और चैंटिंग यज्ञ 2 यज्ञ मेन यज्ञ यहाँ चैंटिंग होगा और वेदिंग सेरेमनी 2 यज्ञ होगा जो मेन है जो शास्त्रों पे आधारित है जो भगवान के जन्म पे ब्रजवासियों ने किया था तो अपना नाम दे दीजिएगा। अब अभिषेक होगा और कीर्तन होगा यहाँ पे। यह कीर्तन अभिषेक के कार्यक्रम लगभग 8:30-9 बजे तक चलता रहेगा और उसके बाद 9 बजे के बाद जो है कल्चरल प्रोग्राम प्रारंभ होगा, तो वहां भी जा सकते हैं। और 9 बजे के बाद यहाँ कथा भी चलता रहेगा। जिसको कथा में बैठना है, पूरी कृष्ण कथा लीला चलता रहेगा और उसको कथा में बैठना है, कथा बैठ लीजिएगा। जिसको कल्चरल प्रोग्राम में भाग लेना है वहां भाग लीजिएगा। यह चलता रहेगा लगभग 11:30 बजे तक। 11:30 बजे अभिषेक का कार्यक्रम, महाअभिषेक, भगवान के जन्म उत्सव का अभिषेक प्रारंभ होगा 11:30 बजे। 11:30 बजे से जो है अभिषेक चालू होगा, फिर अन्नकूट का दर्शन होगा, आरती भी होगी। महाअभिषेक 12 बजे भगवान के जन्म उत्सव किया जाएगा और इसके बाद जो है सबको प्रसाद मिलेगा। प्रसाद उस दिन उपवास रखना है, फास्टिंग रखना है, पूरा दिन कर सकते हैं फास्टिंग, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। और रात में भगवान के जन्म उत्सव मनाने के बाद फिर आप फलाहार लेना, अन्न नहीं लेना है। जो है फलाहार यहाँ प्रसाद होगा, ले लीजिए। जिसको ज्यादा सेवा करना है और नहीं रह सकते तो दिन में ये लेना भी है तो आप फलाहार लीजिए, फल लीजिए, फल दूध इत्यादि लीजिए, रह सकते हैं। पूरा लीजिए और सेवा भी करें, हम लोग करते भी। रात में प्रसाद लेकर के फलाहार, दूसरे दिन हमें अन्न लेना है। नंद उत्सव है, मंगलवार को नंद उत्सव है और उस दिन प्रभुपाद जी का भी जन्म दिवस है। तो नंद उत्सव है लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी का जन्म है, तो प्रभुपाद जी गुरु है, उन्होंने हमें इंट्रोड्यूस किया है कृष्ण के विषय में, तो उनके लिए भी हमें थोड़ी तपस्या करनी है। इसलिए अब रात में प्रसाद लेना जरूरी है, भले 1 बजे हो लेकिन लेना है प्रसाद, क्योंकि दूसरे दिन क्या होता है फास्टिंग चालू होता है। फास्टिंग होता है मगर आरती भी आना है तो जो आ सकते हैं अच्छी बात है। रात में 2 बजे सोना है, सोने की बात ही नहीं होती, ये तो उत्सव है तो सोना है नहीं। तो मगर आरती भी आना है प्रभुपाद जी को के दिन, नंद उत्सव के दिन प्रभुपाद जी के जन्मदिन, और फास्टिंग होगा 12 बजे तक। उसके बाद आप प्रसाद ले सकते हैं। लेकिन हम इस बार कार्यक्रम हमेशा हम नंद उत्सव के दिन जो है कार्यक्रम 11 बजे से रखते थे, लेकिन वर्किंग डे है लोगों ने सजेस्ट किया कि इस बार शाम को रखिए, तो हमने शाम को रखा है। तो आप शाम को जो है फिर से वही शाम को कार्यक्रम चालू होगा, 4:30-5 बजे से जो है भजन कीर्तन चालू होगा और उसके बाद जो है 7 बजे आरती होगी, 7:30 बजे से अभिषेक होगा प्रभुपाद जी का। ये दिन प्रभुपाद जी लगाया जाएगा। उसके बाद जो है प्रभुपाद जी का गुणगान गाया जाएगा, ग्लोरिफिकेशन होगा। उसके बाद फिर सबके लिए महाफीस्ट, ये सारा फास्टिंग का कोटा पूरा करना है नंद उत्सव को शाम को करना है, इसलिए थोड़ा थोड़ा ही चलने के लिए करना है, खाना है, बाकी पूरा कोटा पूरा कर नंद उत्सव को शाम को महाफीस्ट कर लेना जो है नंद उत्सव के दिन। तो उस दिन प्रसाद होगा। उसके बाद फिर से 1 दिन को गैप मिलेगा। हाँ, फिर आनंदा एकादशी है तो उसमें भी फास्टिंग करना है, तो फास्टिंग करना है। फिर शाम को यहाँ कार्यक्रम रहेगा आनंदा एकादशी में, क्योंकि उस दिन हिज होलीनेस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज का आविर्भाव दिवस है, अपीयरेंस डे। तो यहाँ पे पुष्पांजलि होगी और फिर महाराज के विषय में कुछ चर्चा होगा, किस प्रकार महाराज का जो है संबंध प्रभुपाद जी और कृष्ण के साथ था, इसके विषय में यहाँ पे बताया जाएगा। ठीक है, तो आप सब ये सारे कार्यक्रम को धूमधाम से में भाग लीजिए। और आप सबको अच्छा, कितने लोगों को व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज नहीं मिला है जन्माष्टमी का? आप बताइए, सबको मिला है? सबको व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज मिला है? हाँ, तो आप कृपा करके, आप सबको बड़ा ग्रुप होगा, मेरा तो छोटा ग्रुप है मोबाइल में, आप सबको बड़ा ग्रुप होगा, तो आप सारे अपने ग्रुप में भेज दीजिए। ठीक है, और आपके जो बहुत नजदीक है, नियर और डियर है ना, उनको पर्सनली फोन करिए, क्योंकि उनका कल्याण चाहते हैं, यू वांट टू हेल्प देम, तो उनको पर्सनली फोन करिए कि आप प्रोग्राम में आएंगे, क्योंकि आएंगे तो कई जन्म का जो मल है वो निकल जाएगा एक दिन में। So really if you want to help them, you must call personally. So please come and attend these programs. Then you are helping. That make you are really you love the person. तो आप सबको फोन करना है पर्सनली, बैठ करके फोन करना है जो आपके लोग हैं, कि आप व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज ठीक है, फोन करना है आप आइए, ठीक है। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जन्माष्टमी महा